Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Can a false prophet make true prophecies is the question we'll answer today. And after we answer this question, we are going to look at some new clips of Todd White and his form of prophecy. But to answer this question, we need to only look at the Bible and Deuteronomy 13. If a prophet or dreamer of dreams arises among you and proclaims a sign or wonder to you, and if the sign or wonder he has spoken to you comes about, but he says, "Let us follow other gods which you have not known, and let us worship them," you must not listen to the words of that prophet or dreamer, for the Lord your God is testing you to find out whether you love him with all your heart and with all your soul. So it's very clear that some people can have visions or dreams or even signs and wonders that do come to pass, but if they're promoting a different God or a different Jesus, we know they're not from God. Just like when we hear Todd White promoting a Jesus that was not born as God and also went to hell to defeat the devil. That's a different Jesus. And we can look at the example with Paul and the slave girl in Acts 16. We see that this girl had a spirit of divination and a dark power for fortune-telling and knew Paul was a true man of God. So even people that are not truly of the family of God can have dark powers from the enemy that appear to be godly. Three things we know from Scripture is, number one, a true prophet of God always prophesies correctly and never makes a mistake. Number two, we know that prophecy is a spiritual gift and that we don't all have the same gifts. And number three, gifts are not something we learn. Yet, in these next clips, we'll see Todd falsely prophesy and admit it's okay.
Does that name mean anything to you? No? Okay. All right. I'll take risks, buddy. I will. You never know if you're hearing God tell you ask. And if they say no, worst it can be is wrong. And if you pray, the worst that can happen is nothing. What do we got to lose? Except pride. And that thing needs to die.
It's just like we see with Mike Bickle and the others saying that it's okay to be wrong 80% of the time. That's man, not God. And Todd, the worst thing that can happen is that you misrepresent God and the Christian faith with your false teaching and make others not want anything to do with Christianity. And do you notice he covers it by changing to pride being an issue and that it needs to die, and the crowd goes wild.
Oh my. Okay. Let me just, wow, that's fun. I love you, Jesus.
And finishes it off saying how much he loves Jesus to divert from his false prophecy.
Is there somebody that has some kind of shrapnel from a hunting accident when they were 17 years old? Or 17 years ago?
Which is it, Todd? 17 years old or 17 years ago? If God was really speaking to him, he wouldn't be confused. And with this sort of prophecy, it's a real guessing game. In a crowd of thousands of Texans, do you think there's a chance that maybe one of them had a hunting accident in their lives? Or that somebody had a sore back recently? Seriously, this is not a prophet of God.
I just keep seeing the 17. Is there anybody that fits? I'm good with missing it. Oh, I am. I'll take risks all day long, buddy. God's okay with foolishness when it comes like that.
He's okay with missing it, but God is not okay with false guessing prophets, and God's not okay with foolishness in his holy name.
Even if you have a word of knowledge for a right shoulder and it's a left shoulder, either way, it's a shoulder, and we're all learning and growing in God. We haven't nailed it down. We're just listening and hearing his voice. You never know whether it's God or not unless you ask the question.
Did you hear that? We never know if the voice we are hearing is God or not unless we ask the question. Well, Scripture teaches something different. Jesus tells us that his sheep do know his voice. And asking another human a question does not confirm the voice you heard was actually God. I just don't understand why people can't see through this.
You never know whether it's God or not unless you ask the question.
Well, that's it for today. Please, if you did find this information useful, like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you can get all the future notifications. But until next time, take care and God bless.